Good morning, guys. Bitcoin has been rallying over here, but I need to show you guys a reason of why I think this bleeding is actually going to continue, even though we got some pretty positive news from the Fed yesterday. Let me explain to you guys why you just need to be very cautious right now, what my plan is to make money in this market. Let's do this. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Trade Confident. Guys, yesterday we saw a decent rally in Bitcoin and Ethereum, honestly, and the SPY. The SPY saw a good rally, but I need to show you guys an intersection here you're probably not looking at, which I set this alert up yesterday at 4:10, and it is a perfect drop here. Let me explain to you guys why I think this market is going to start bleeding more than it is right now, and we'll just dive in. Some of you guys may have actually watched the speech yesterday from Jerome Powell. Okay, he basically said that we're looking like we're going to get smaller rate hikes coming up. And I think that really just was received positive by the trading community, because if you guys understand, we've usually been coming from raises of about 75 basis points the last two. And in December of this year, I believe it's the 13th and the 14th, the next FOMC meeting, it looks like we're going to start moving down to probably about 50 points, maybe actually 25-point basis hike, which when these interest rates start coming back down, it usually signals a bullish sign in the markets, not only for the S&P 500, but as well as crypto here. So on the back of that news, we ended up seeing a nice pump in the S&P 500. As well, around that exact same time, which I believe this has partly to do with that correlation, we saw 50,000 BTC added to exchanges within 24 hours, and you can see over here this was on November 29th. Now, this equates to about $850 million. You can see it on here, very interesting enough. It just shot up over here like crazy while Bitcoin is very low here. So we've got some things going on here where we see from a Fed perspective, we're looking at decreased interest rates, which overall seem bullish for the market, and this will correlate most likely to bullishness for crypto. But there is a massive, guys, there is an absolutely massive resistance that is going to put shorting pressure into the market, or what we call puts for options. So let me show you this to you guys. What you're seeing right now is what's called the SPY, and this tracks the S&P 500 ETF Trust. You can see that right up here. What a lot of people I don't think are looking at this morning is they're looking at the news saying, all right, this is very bullish, but they're not necessarily looking at what traders are looking at who trade trend lines, which is a big, big deal. You have an absolutely massive four-touch over here, 1, 2, 3, and a 4-touch of a descending resistance. Okay, followed with that descending resistance is a very strong, what I'm pulling over here, a blue resistance as well, coming from consolidation zones over here, as well as resistance here. We have what's called an intersection. An intersection with horizontal resistance as well as descending resistance is going to be a place where you're going to see a lot of puts in the market, or you can call them shorts in the market if you're looking into trading, stocks or, Bitcoin and crypto here. So I believe, guys, you're not going to see this market continue up as fast as you probably think it's going to, just because we had positive news from the Fed. What's most likely going to happen here is you're going to see price actually try to push back down at minimum down to this level here of about $403, if not actually come down and try to help this complete the ascending wedge pattern, where you're going to probably see a crash in the S&P 500 around about 2 to 2.5%. And if that actually moves down below this, you need to understand this ascending wedge pattern here is actually a bearish pattern where we could start moving down lower. Now, I do believe this is in for the year, this low, but we'll talk about that in another video. Take all this information I just shared with you guys, potentially moving back down, and let's look at this. How is it going to affect our portfolios? Because our portfolios, even mine over here, it wasn't doing too bad yesterday. 106. We're definitely down from 106 yesterday because the overall market's pushing down. So we're down about another $1,000. Okay. Here's what I think is going to happen over here. Bitcoin is probably going to continue to see some bleeding, and if the S&P 500 does see that move back down to ascending support, so this is an ascending support line here, the percentage move down here is very closely correlated to Bitcoin moving back down to the descending support line, which is this line right here for a move back down. So do not be surprised, guys. Do not be surprised if over the next day or 24, 48 hours, you actually see the market move down here about 3.5%. And then this is where you're probably going to see the biggest bounce back in Bitcoin is a touch. It's what's called a break and a retest and then a massive move back up. So here's another play that you must know. We got to play both coins here on both sides of this. You need to understand that with all this selling pressure coming out right now, prices moving down right now could actually start moving back up here to short squeeze a lot of traders, and this thing can absolutely take off. And so we need to be watching that short squeeze back up. So what are we doing? What I'm doing right now is I'm not calling any trades. What I'm watching is price versus well money flow, and I'm watching trend exhaustion. When these two guys are in the top red section, trend exhaustion, and we see well money flow pushed up here even a little bit higher, it's most likely going to see a rebound back up, and I need to be watching for the short squeeze on the SPY. Because if we can actually see the SPY over here, I know I'm going back and forth a lot, if we can actually see this break above descending resistance and ascending resistance and push anywhere to about 415, this is officially going to break both these areas and trap everyone who just went short this morning on descending resistance, and this will most likely take off because we're going to have people covering their puts in the market, and they're going to probably switch to calls. Okay, so this is a very volatile market right now. This can get really crazy. Overall, though, I do think the market's going to keep bleeding back down. So what we're doing, kind of what I've been showing you guys on Dogecoin, is we exited 5% of our Dogecoin, and that was about $1,000 worth. And so I do think we're going to see Dogecoin push back down here. If you are in Dogecoin, I know I've been covering Dogecoin a lot. It's just a trade that we're managing very nicely right now. I think we're going to see a break down here, but once it breaks, guys, this doesn't mean it's going to keep falling down super fast. It will probably see a break and a retest back up. Then from there, if we do see a drop back down the S&P 500, we're going to see a crash. That correlation there most likely has to do with Bitcoin moving down to this structure support here. Let me show you guys that's on Ethereum. Let me show you guys another thing before we leave here. Ethereum hit our mark here exactly where we're looking for a move back down based off on this consolidation resistance. So Ethereum has the potential, I see pretty easily, to probably move back down to 1,238. That's at this wick value right here. So overall, my call on this channel, guys, is you're probably going to see some more bleeding today and potentially going into tomorrow. Now, how are we going to make money with this? And this is what you really need to watch. I highly want you guys to set up the price versus money flow, trend exhaustion, and top and bottom finder. Okay, here's the reason for this. With this move back down on the S&P 500 coming back down to ascending support right here, this will be a very good place to look to get money back into the market. So what I'm watching for, as I'm watching trend exhaustion hitting bottom red section, I'm watching well money flow over here, price versus well money flow, this indicator, to be back in this lower section right around this 35 to 40 mark. And if we get any type of buy signal over here, we are going to be putting money back into the market because I think we're going to get a break and a retest here for a move back up. That's what the indicators need to be watching for, you guys, and you need to be setting up these alerts. This buy signal was insane over here. So what you need to be watching for is the next buy signal on these cryptocurrencies as well as the S&P 500. Let me show you guys how to do that real quick, and we won't make this super long video. I'll give you guys a big discount on these indicators in 1 second, but I need to really just teach you guys what you need to be watching for because this market is probably going to keep bleeding here. Go to top and bottom finder and then click on buy. Go to once per bar close and come down here and do Ethereum and then go to buy, okay? And then go ahead and click create here. Do this on Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as the S&P 500. Once you have that set up, the next buy signal down here is most likely going to be a really good place to get money into the market because it's probably going to correlate to a pretty nice bounce back up here. And if we do start seeing this bounce from here and we do start getting a fake out, even on an ascending wedge pattern here, where these actually come together, and it goes to the upside, that's even more of a short squeeze trap, and we're probably going to see the market take off here at the end of the year and have what is really called a Santa rally. Santa comes and gives gifts to everybody in the S&P 500. But overall, we're looking for this move back down, so please be watching that, guys, on all of your charts. Let me show you guys real quickly how to get into everything we're talking about here. I'm going to be calling exits on a lot of our cryptos when we start moving up a little bit further, so please get a membership, guys. It's going to help you out a lot as we move into December, as we are at December 1st here. The indicators you guys want to be watching specifically is the top and bottom finder, as well as the trend exhaustion and price versus well money flow. This is what's called our bundle pack. You guys get 9 indicators. Set up the alerts for these. We actually do, I hardly ever talk about this. You can set up alerts for the trend exhaustion. When this gets in the bottom red section over here, you want to start watching for moves back up in the market. It is just very strongly correlated to when the structure of crypto is oversold. This is where you want to be looking for moves back up. And I'm looking for this move back down here to then get money back in for a potential move back up. Guys, again, I know this is a long video and I don't know who made it to the end, but watch this very closely right there on the bounce back down and for the buy signal. Get the bundle pack first. You're going to get all 9 indicators with the source codes, and you're going to get a $400 coupon code off the top and bottom finder. So bundle pack first, then get the top and bottom finder over here, guys, and then check out and enter the coupon code and you guys will get everything. Feel free to take a look at our testimonials. Thousands of dollars made in a bear market with the stuff that we're using. And our scalping strategy, by the way, is 381% higher than S&P 500. And this trade, guys, is about to be winning over here. I'll keep it private just for our members, but we're very close to winning that trade, and I'll call that out for you guys when we do. Overall, watch this market. We are seeing most of our indicators getting to an overbought area, and I do believe this is going to add some selling pressure in the market, but we need to watch for this move back down to the descending support, and once we get there, we're probably going to see some nice moves back up. For Bitcoin, at a top point that we're going to reach, I don't think we're going to reach any higher than 18,000, especially this first week of December. If we see any type of really, really bullishness, we're not going to move higher than $18,000. It's not going to happen. There's not enough momentum into the market, so we're going to stay below $18,000, I would say, for at least from now through the rest of the weekend, and we're probably going to see some moves back down here, but make sure you guys look to snag some of that when the indicators are low and when the buy signals come out. All right, guys, I love you. God bless you. Everything you need is in the description. The coupon codes are there. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Everything you need is in the description and pinned to the first comment. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.